Well, boys, I finally did it. Finally broke down and got me a brand new. Well, guys and gals, I need to start remembering there might be some women that's listening to my show, but I was looking at analytics one day, and it said that there was like 97% of my viewers are men, and like 3% is women. And what the women are looking at, I have no idea. But everybody's welcome on my channel. So, and so let's remember our nice female friends we got on here too. Uh, but, like I said, what they're looking at, I have no idea. You know, today's the 4th of July. I don't know if America's going to be standing next 4th of July, which I seriously doubt that America will be anything that you recognize the next 4th of July. But I will tell you this, however this whole thing plays out with America and the conflict and everything else, I'll just say that that you need to be really seriously thinking about yourself and being prepared and everything else. So, but let's not make this a doom and gloom video. It's the 4th of July. So, I never like getting dirt. I never like getting mean at the holidays. I don't like doing doom and gloom at the holidays because it's the holidays. And this is not a time for that kind of stuff. This is a time for celebration. And, it's our 4th of July. It's a time for us to rejoice and have a good time and relax and grill out, have, and eat good food and be with family and just hang out with friends and stuff like that. This is a good time. So I try not to be too doom and gloom around those times. I mean, now like tomorrow or something like that, or let's say Saturday. Oh yeah, I'll get on you then. But just as for now, let's make something nice. And let's just talk about, what if, and let's just talk about other aspects of things. And let me show you something here. I finally upgraded it. I want to literally show you what I've been kicking around with down at work. I've been taking this old raggedy. I mean, I've had this lunch bag for look at this thing. It's got a hole in the bottom of it. It's got some kind of paint right here on the front of it that I won't wash off. It's been broken on the inside for a while. But it's keeping stuff cool for me, but the lid don't really shut too well anymore. What's the name of this thing? I think this was an old, I think this is an Ozark Trail. No, this is Arctic Zone. That's what it says on it. It's been a good one though. I gotta admit that. It's been a good one. The old girl's been a good one for me. It's a Walmart special. And I had this thing when I worked down in automotive. I had this thing. I carried this thing probably since 2016. I've had this old lunch bag. Like I said, she tore up pretty good. Tore up pretty good up here. I mean, just all kinds of just rips and tears. And I'm gonna miss the old girl. She been good to me. I've carried her around and kicked her around. And these old straps hadn't broke. And even though these little weaver baskets broke a long time ago, look at that. These weaver baskets broke on me a while back. I can stick my whole arm through that one. So she's been a good one. I'm gonna miss her. She's been my buddy. I still think I'll keep her around just in case I want to haul something, kind of put some kind of cold beverages in here, like some water or something maybe. I'll take it out, maybe want to take it out and go kayaking or something like that. Put some cold beverages inside this, some cold water, fresh water, clean drinking water inside this thing. Take her with me. What is that, a cigarette burn? Looks almost like it's got some kind of burn. It's got some kind of burn right there on top of it. I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not. But yeah, it's got some kind of burn right there on top of it. God knows what I've done to it. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. That old girl's been with me forever. But this is my new bag. Now when we compare this into the old bag, this is my old bag. This is a 12 can. This is a 24 can. So with the added upgrade of a 24 can, well, that gives me room to do more things with this thing. And if you know me and you've watched any of my videos about bug out bags, and you know anything I know about get home bags, let me clear the air here about something. And I see a lot of people doing this mistake. They want to talk about a bug out bag versus a bug out bag and a get home bag and stuff like that. And a lot of people seem to get the two confused. Bug out bag, get home bag. Bug out bag means I have to get out and go live out there someplace. A get home bag is different. A get home bag is just enough essentials that you put in there just to get home. Okay? And it's basically like this guy said one time. You probably have seen these things online and wonder where it come from. But a guy said one time that if you're just going across town, all you need is nothing can be put in an Altoids tin. And I done a video on an Altoids tin, and I was about to bring that out and talk about it. That's it on back. But that's true. If you just go across town, all you need can be put in an Altoids tin. If you're only going, you're across town, it's 5 miles or something like that. 5 miles isn't a big walk. I mean, it's not that far of a walk. You know, for me, the stretch to get to work and back is roughly about 10 miles. Just roughly, I'm gonna say somewhere close to about about 10 miles. I mean, so I drive about 15 minutes to work every single day and back home. And for me, that's kind of close because I'm used to living like way away from work, like 30 minutes from one way and 30 minutes back. So I'm used to a long drive to work. But my work right now where I live at, it's only about 10 miles away from me. About roughly, I can get there roughly, depending on the traffic, about 15 minutes for me. Depending on traffic and interstate traffic, stuff like that, I have to get to the interstate. So it's as simple as that. Okay. This I'm going to put in there. I found this at the Dollar Tree. Triple antibiotic cream. But well, another thing too is during the summertime, whenever I put my go bag, when I put my get home bag, my little small get 3-day bag in the car during the summertime, there's a problem with this stuff. It overheats. All that nice stuff I got in there, it overheats it too bad, and it makes it lose its value and consistency. And anything that's glue, it's going to be stuck together. It's going to be real bad. You know, I put this stuff in trunks of cars for probably about last. Well, I plan on making a fire, but something fell off. Never mind. But yeah, last 8 to 10. That's probably. I've been doing this since 2000, and I think it's been a while. It's been a long while back. I think I started back around 2017 or something like that. Well, maybe before that. But anyway, it's been a while. You know, going on now for about almost 7-8 years. I've been pretty much a prepper, going on for a while. So that all this stuff you see me got. That's why I always tell people start out small and you accumulate things. Especially if you kind of save your money, you put it towards that stuff. It's not like I woke up one day, said I'm gonna go buy all this stuff and just get it overnight. It's not like I got a $500 Jackery. It's like a $550 Jackery. It's not like I got a $550 Jackery by just by an easy landslide. It took me a little bit of time to get that Jackery and get my $550 Jackery. It's not like I had I had to actually work and save that money to get that device. The same way as the bug out bags. I put a whole lot of money into it, and I bought a little bit at a time. It's like all my guns you see. I've slowly but surely stockpiled guns and many different guns, and I can put them in, and can hide stuff in different locations, stuff like that. I've slowly but surely built a bug out location and got food and shelter, and slowly but surely I got extra stuff up there. this stuff just comes with time. So keep that in mind. And if you see me buying something, and don't necessarily feel bad about yourself because you don't necessarily have something, the stuff comes with time. But I can tell you this: if essentially you're eating at Starbucks, and let's say you're eating at Starbucks, and it's caught, it's let's say $5. I mean, well, you're drinking a coffee from Starbucks, it's $5 a thing. Well, obviously, each time you pay $5 for that, it's going to eventually add up. $5, $5, $5, $5. You do this every single day, $5, $5. It's $150. And what could you have done with $150? And then you look at me and say, well, how do you have that? Well, let me ask you a question. $5, $5, $5. What could you have done with $150? And you say, well, we've got to have something good in life. That is true. We do need to have a little taste and flavor in life, and there's nothing wrong with that. But at the exact same time, it's called priorities. And sometimes we have to get those priorities straight. And we need to think about the future. And, essentially, let me put it this way, if you knew you had a house payment coming up, and the house payment was coming up next week, or your rent was coming up next week, and let's say you had $2,000 in the bank right now, and that would allow you to take you, your wife, 2 kids to Disneyland. That $2,000, totally broke. Next week your rent's due. What are you going to do? Are you going to go down to Disneyland with that $2,000, or are you going to sit here and pay the rent for that with that $2,000? I think you're going to be better off to pay the rent, take that money, take the kids down to the bowling alley, get some snow cones, have a good time, maybe buy some tennis shoes, stuff like that. You're going to have a lot better time. You're going to be, at least you're going to have your rent paid. You're going to keep the power turned on and everything else, and you're going to take $2,000 and blow it down Disneyland. See my point? So sometimes our priorities and what we're working towards needs to come first. Okay? So let's get on to this. All right, and anybody knows me, knows what I do with this. And like I was saying, keeping this stuff, it was 100 degrees today. It was 100 degrees today. 100 degrees. All right, I cannot keep stuff in my car and keep it too well safe. I mean, right now I've been checking the water temperature inside my plastic jugs. Inside my plastic jug, I take my hand, put on it. It's not nowhere near a boiling point. It stays pretty cool. But, come winter time, it's a little harder on the water too. And essentially during the summertime, I have to change that water jug out, that 1 gallon water jug, potable water. I have to change that out at least one time, probably every 2 months or so. So during the hottest part of summer and during the winter time, I have to check and make sure it's not busted because it can freeze and bust. That's usually not a problem, but it can be a problem. I have seen it be a problem when it gets down like 2 degrees. It'll bust that water in the back of the car. So I have to keep a check on the water and everything to make sure it's good. But I just do that when I'm basically getting groceries. When I'm getting groceries, if I see my new water jug, I get a new water jug. So, but like I said, during the summertime, it's a little tough on this stuff because it's too hot. It's just too hot. Anything plastic melts. Anything, and I mean, that's why dashboards crack. So, if you know me, and you're going to see it for the first time, I'm going to take it out. What I got here, and this thing got a little dirty because of me having the other one, but I keep this guy in there at all times. This is my survival kit. Alright, one of my survival kits. It's one of my survival kits. If you ever see my big bug out bag, which is an actual bug out bag, then you know that I have the real deal, and it's a bug out bag with everything including the kitchen sink. And there's a difference between a bug out bag, a get home bag, a 3-day survival bag. Okay, this pretty much I can survive pretty much 3 days, close to 3 days. Wouldn't like to survive 3 days with this, but I could if I absolutely had to. But I mean, I'd rather have a little more than this for 3 days survival, but this works. Alright, so I got my survival kit. I'm going to get brought in here, and I've added some stuff to that too. Alright, and I've got my flashlight. I took that out of my 3-day survival bag because, like I said, I had to take it out of there. It's getting too hot. So then I also keep, this is just something I keep as a medicinal thing. It's just acetaminophen. I keep a big bag of pills in there, you know. Cops ever pull me, oh well. And this can be used for fire making material. And I just put this stuff in here, but this can also be used for my fire making material. But what I'm gonna do to clean my hands, I'm not carrying bars of soap with me, so a little thing of Purell could go a long way about hand sanitizing if I got to, you know, kind of rinse my hands off of what I can find, and just rinse my hands off with some water, and then basically put some Purell hand sanitizer on, and it can also be used making a fire. And then last but not least, well, last couple of things. All right, but I'm gonna add this to that. I'm gonna add this little thing right here. This is about, I think, about 10, 12 feet of jute twine, and I just put it in there for cordage. And then I also have my Huda Force, survival knife, and I'm just gonna put it's in here too. You just need to pull it out. And then in here though, this is where it gets a little different too. So I'm actually, because it's got so much more room, I figure why let this extra room go to waste. So in here, I just want to keep these in these little bags. But you're going to try to, I don't know if I showed you these on camera. I've had them for a while. And that's it. All right, that's it. This is in here. But in here, I also got a can of Chef Boyardee ravioli. Why not carry a can of Chef Boyardee ravioli? I've also got a tent. This is actually an emergency tent. It's made by the Adventure Supplies Company brand. The Adventure Supplies Company brand is what it says. Back when I bought these, I think I paid like $10 for them. And that's an emergency tent, decent emergency tent. None of that little small crap. That's a decent emergency tent too. It's a better kind, a little bit better than that junk. And I only paid like $10 for it on Amazon. And then I also got a sleeping bag here. I don't want to take it out of the package, but it's an emergency. Let me take it out so you can see it. I'll put it back. The reason why I'm keeping it in these bags is just in case it gets a little wet. I don't want this stuff getting wet in there, a little soggy. But it says, yeah, there you go, sleeping bag, emergency sleeping bag. It's called by the Adventure, and you can buy it by the kit. It's a little kit. It's like $10. And let's see what else. Let's see. So you've already seen, you've seen my sleep bag. You've seen my sleep bag, my tent. Okay. Now you just seen them. And then I also got my Chef Boyardee. All right. And my thing is, you're carrying this bag anyway. If you can get a decent enough bag that you can at least carry this right here. I bought this for $7. It's still $7 at Walmart. This thing's made by a company called Outdoor Products, and I've never took the tag off of it. This is the small one. This is small. It's a small, right? I think it is. Yeah, it's a small. So this is a small one, and I'll show you what's in here. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. You'll like it. So I'm gonna put my knife back. You see my big Bowie knife, which I ain't supposed to be actually still carrying or anything else. But I don't think cops or anybody's gonna look inside my little bag, and if they do, well, I'm in trouble. And even as a concealed carry, and then I got my flashlight, that, and then I carry the pills with me at all times. Now, and then also my Purell. I'm just gonna put it back. I'm just gonna put this stuff back in there. Yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna put this stuff in there, and then I'm gonna put this twine and that in here. And I actually added some stuff to this, so I'm gonna show you real quickly what I did add to this. And just opening it up, you'll see what I'm talking about. This has a lot of stuff in it that's really good, and you might not think it, but this is a really good kit that I put together. I don't know why I just looked in this thing, and I was kind of making an Altoid tents video, and I just started making it for fun. The Altoids tent kit thing, I just pretty much made it for fun. I pretty much had everything around here, and I think I bought like a $2 like a $2 cigarette lighter, and I just made it for fun. Uh, just for fun, and I thought maybe I might actually carry it, but then I started realizing how ridiculous this thing is, and I said, nah. I still got the Altoids stand. One day I might get use out of it, but it was for fun. Like I said, I just did it for fun. Uh, I did have a lot of fun doing it too. Anyway, so let's get straight into what I got here before we get too crazy here. But let's see. Yeah, let me grab that guy right there. Come back to the elbow. All right. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Band-Aids. Got 8 Band-Aids in here. I got some fishing hooks. These are size number 6, I believe. Number 4. You just don't go for 4s. You just go for 6. But anyway, 4s will do just fine. And then I got some split shots. And a small little thing of fishing line. This is so I can make a makeshift rod if I have to go on the way to get some food. Okay. Got a pencil sharpener for shaving down shavings to make me some some tinder for making, doing things. I've got a magnesium fire starting thing. This is a magnesium fire starting bar. It worked great with my other thing. And all I do is just shave off some magnesium, and it will actually, I've used it before, and it actually makes a good fire starting tinder. I've got a knife, just a plain old pocket knife. I guess I can kind of take my pocket knife out now, but this is a pocket knife, and this is a good one too. It's actually a Kershaw. It's actually a pretty good knife. I've used this knife quite a bit, and guy sold it to me at a gun show, a good knife show, for $40. It's a pretty cool knife. I got a Mercy blanket. Now I got the sleeping bag. I don't guess I need a Mercy blanket, but the sleeping bag is not going to always be in there, and I'm going to put it back in the 3-day bag and essentially switch it back to my car. So all that stuff's not going to exactly be in there. It's eventually going to be back in my car, away from all this stuff. Maybe not. I may not do that. I don't know. I feel like something bite me there, like an ant or something. I don't know what that was. But yeah. I got a Mercy blanket. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it in here. Doesn't hurt to have it. It's a good item to have. I got 2 cigarette lighters. Some people might not agree, but I also got a fire steel. Well, I've got this, and this does have a striking capability right there on the side of it. Fire steel right there on the side of it. But over here too, on my thing, I've got another ferro rod. I got 2 ferro rods, so I got a couple ferro rods to go with that too. So you can say what you want to about me just having a couple cigarette lighters, but I have a little more than a couple cigarette lighters. I got a little more than that. To go with my can of stuff there too, and just in case I find more food along the way, I got a P30. This is a P38, or some people would call it a P51. It depends on which one you want to call it. But basically, this is an old-timey can opener that used to give people back in the Vietnam War time. And what you do is you can take it, you can put it on your cigarette lighter. But I've been on my keychain, but I'm a bit scared every time my keychain that either I'll lose my keys and I might lose this, or let's say it may be it could actually kind of come loose and poke me in the pocket. I'm hearing something out there. I don't know what it is. It's crazy. Never heard that before. Anyway, yeah. Basically, how these work, I'll show you real quick. But I'm not gonna open my can of beef ravioli. I just got this too, so let's see what this thing says. I'm gonna make sure I put the first one I could in here. March 5th, 2026 is when this thing says Best Buy, and it's also got a thing, so I can just peel it open that way. But how these work is basically take this, you take this little sharp pointy edge, just like that right there. Take this sharp pointy edge, place it down there like that, and then basically what you want to do is you want to take it and you want to twist it like that. Years ago, whenever during around the Vietnam War era, they used to have something called squabbles. And if you didn't have your can opener with you, you didn't eat. And you can buy two of these. These are Coghlan's. You can buy two of these for like $3.50. Or I think I seen something on there. It was like 10 of them for like $10 on Amazon or something like that. But you can buy like two of these. This is a Coghlan's brand, and for $3.50. And I just bought the $3.50 one because it was right there local. So can opener, and then like I said, 2 cigarette lighters. They both work perfectly fine. See, they're both brand new too. So I haven't used them. And then I have a rain poncho. So just to recap what I got in here, two cigarette lighters. We know that. My can opener. I've got my emergency blanket. I've got pencil sharpener, 8 Band-Aids. 8 Band-Aids. See, they're Band-Aids. 8 Band-Aids. Well, let me put my fish hooks in it first. Yeah, I got my fish hooks. A little thing of fishing line for fishing purposes. My split shots for that purpose. Then I've got my Band-Aids. Put them up here. My magnesium stick. Put that in there. My jute twine. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there while I'm at it, and I'm sure this thing will close. While I'm at it too, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in there. Of course, I always keep a pocket knife, but to me, I really don't think there's such a thing as having too many knives. But I always keep a pretty good pocket knife in my pocket at all times, and this is it right here. This is what they call Cobalt. This is no Cobalt brand, but it's got a locking blade. It's got a lock blade, and then it also has a thing to keep it shut too. It's got a little button right there you push so you can open it up, and then you also got the second one that locks it out. So you got 2 lock blades there. And then I'm also going to put, this is some old cheap triple antibiotic cream I got down at the Dollar Tree, just triple antibiotic cream from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to put that in there, and I can also use that for fire making skills and abilities. And then I'm going to close it right up. It should all fit pretty good. Might be a little bit of a tight squeeze, but it'll be fine. And I get her all squeezed up tight. I want to make sure it stays waterproof too. I like this thing being waterproof. That's one thing about this thing that's so handy is it's waterproof. You just gotta make sure you keep everything all tucked in there. Real good. Make sure everything's all tucked in the way it should be. We're gonna lock her down. There you go. That's simple. So to recap, the survival kit, the Hoda Force bushcraft knife, headache pills and pain pills, stuff like that. Then my Purell hand sanitizer, my flashlight, tent sleep bag, and that, and a can of ravioli. And the reason why I chose ravioli is because I just feel like it's a real good pick me up, dense nutrients, especially if you can heat, especially if there's some way you can heat it up too. Oh man. I mean, sometimes like on the right kind of night, sometimes ravioli just hits the spot. It does. So basically, I got all that, got all this, all in here, and let's repack her back up. So you can see me packing it back up. There you go. There goes the survival kit. There goes my flashlight. Make sure she still works. There goes my flashlight. Then my Purell. Like I said, I ain't got nothing to hide. I want to make sure that you can see me packing it all up. And my Bowie knife, my bushcraft knife, really a bushcraft knife. It's not a Bowie knife, not a survival knife. And then my headache pills, and that's about it. And I'm just gonna kind of lock her down, and just gonna lock her down and call her done. The only thing I've found about this one is that this doesn't leave much room in the way of the pocket width. But I gotta admit though, I would never been able to stick all this in my other one's pocket. All I was able to put in that one was nothing but my survival kit. So, hope it gives you an idea about maybe what you can do with your survival kit thing. I think I only took, what, 12, 15 minutes of the survival kit part. So I didn't get into a long one this time. I think I got into way too long of one last time. But anyway, I hope I did explain some stuff. Yeah, but I gotta retire my old buddy. I'm gonna miss it. It's been a good one, but it gotta go. I'm gonna save it though. I mean, I'm gonna save it for like if I go camping, or I'm just going through a small. I'm just going to camp, or I'm going kayaking or something like that. I'm gonna save it. I'll tell you the truth, when I go kayaking, I might be crazy, but when I go kayaking, what I do is I just put a few cans of beanie. I take and put just a few cans of Beanie Weenies, and then I put a few cans of Beanie Weenies and a few cans of Vienna sausages, and then I just take and put some bottles of water in there, and put some bottles of water in there, and that's generally what I carry. That's just generally I just put it in there, and that's what I carry. It just makes I figure I ain't gonna be, at the most whatever happened would be that I'll get stranded to somewhere for a day. So I never really pay it no attention. It's not like I go on long kayaking trips or anything like that. I used to when I was younger though, boy. I used to go on some long kayaking trips when I was younger. I never have showed you guys my kayaks, have I? Matter of fact, I need to take my kayaks out. Only thing about taking my kayaks out and taking camera gear and stuff like that around it. Now I got a waterproof camera I can take with me. That'd probably be best. But it's a waterproof camera. But I generally don't do that. I mean, it's just too risky. But I also need to take you guys down here and teach you how to fish too. But it's not hard to fish, but I can teach you some more survival skills. I've got to get out there and do this. But it's hot right now. But when it comes summertime, when it comes this fall, I promise I am going to get you out there and start teaching you this stuff. It's really not that hard. I teach you how to find natural source for food bait and stuff like that, for bait, anything. I'll teach you all this stuff. Anyway, I've done it all my life. I mean, my daddy started teaching me this stuff when I was 8 years old. So I know this stuff from the time I was a little bitty kid, about 8 years old. I've been around guns since I was a little bitty kid, about 8 years old. So, anyway, I'm rambling, talking too long. Sorry. You be good at it. Have a good 4th of July, and I hope that you've had a great one. And I hope the Republic still stands next 4th of July, because I don't know if it will be. But we may be, so we'll see. I might be making a video saying how the hell this happened next 4th of July. Anyway, you be good at it. Take it easy.